Hey dudes, I'm Hilah, and today on Hilah Cooking we are making broccoli cheese soup. But wait, there's more. We're also making homemade croutons. But that's not all. I think that actually is it though. So what we need for our broccoli cheese soup is some fresh, delicious broccoli. This actually is really, really good. And I think that it might be a good way to get kids to eat vegetables. Okay, so what we're gonna do is separate the stalk from the florets, and we'll set those florets aside. You want about a pound of broccoli. And the good thing is you can use this recipe if you've got like a bunch of broccoli stems that your family won't eat. Because soup doesn't care if it's a stem or a floret. Really, the florets are just there to make it look pretty. I'm just gonna trim off these like little branches, florets of days gone by. Okay, and get rid of that. And we're just gonna coarsely chop this up. Kind of cube it. And then I've got this other piece here that we already ate all the florets off of. And since this one's like really branchy, I'm just gonna use a vegetable peeler to get off a little bit of the coarse outside. It doesn't really matter too much because we are gonna puree this, but you don't want like pieces of wood in your soup. Okay, and then 1 potato, 2 potatoes, 3 potatoes, 4. But this soup is sweetened, this soup is thickened with potato instead of making a roux, so it's naturally gluten-free, and it's a little bit easier than making a roux. Look at me, I'm just like haphazardly tossing these peels right into the sink. What a pro. Okay, so that's everything prepped for now. We're gonna go over to the stove and start sauteing these vegetables. So kind of a medium heat. I'm gonna add a couple T's of B. That's my new slang word for tablespoons of butter. So we're gonna add the potatoes and the broccoli stems. And then I've got a little bit of celery and garlic here. And I don't put any onion in because I like the delicate flavors of the broccoli and the celery to come through. Okay, so we're just really gonna saute this for like 60 seconds until you start to smell the garlic. This is a very, very fast recipe, which is one reason that I love it. Then we're gonna add in the bone water, about 2 cups. Psych, it's vegetable broth. You could use chicken broth. And depending on how salty your broth is, that'll affect how much salt you add. This broth is actually pretty salty, so I'm not gonna add any salt yet. We're gonna put a lid on it and let it simmer for about 5 minutes or until the potatoes and the broccoli stems are soft. Okay, after 5 minutes, the potatoes have softened, so you can just like easily stick a knife in there. And then we're gonna add the florets. And the reason we're doing this last is because we wanna make sure that the florets keep some of their bright green color. We don't wanna overcook them. And then we end up with a soup that like really seriously does not look appetizing, you guys. Okay, turn the heat up a little just to kind of let these steam in there for another 5 minutes or so, and then we'll finish up the soup. Viola. All right, 5 minutes later, broccoli is bright green. Turn the heat off and stir it in. And then I'm gonna add, before I blend it, I'm gonna add about half of my cup of half and half to cool it off a little bit and to moisturize it a little bit. Sorry. Then you just wanna blend it. I like to blend it till it's almost completely smooth, but it's kind of up to you. Okay, so once it's as smooth as you like, I'm gonna turn the heat back on really low. Add the rest of the half and half. I think you could probably use whole milk too. Okay, let this get a little bit warmed up. We're gonna add in some cubes of sharp cheddar. I like sharp cheddar. You can use whatever you want. It's like a witch cauldron. You just kind of stir this around till the cheese starts to melt. I like to leave it a little not completely blended sometimes and have like chunks of cheese, but it's your party at your funeral. Okay, beautiful. Okay, we're ready to serve. Yay! Ooh, those handles are hot. Soup's on. I always wanted to say that. Okay, so I'm gonna serve some of this soup. If you like this recipe, also check out the baked buffalo cauliflower recipe I did a couple weeks ago, because that is another delicious way to eat your vegetables. I'm gonna serve a little of my soup. If you like to top it with some fresh herbs, dill is really nice. What's the dill? Parsley, I think mint might actually be really interesting too. And then I made some croutons to go on top. All I did was chop up some day-old sourdough bread and then cook those bread cubes in a couple tablespoons of butter. Just kind of toast them in a skillet over medium heat with a little salt and pepper, and voila, homemade croutons. So let's see what this tastes like. Looks delectably green. Y'all, I really hope you try this. I think it would be so good too with cauliflower instead of broccoli and some kind of white cheese or blue cheese, blue soup. Anyway, this is really delicious. I know it sounds boring and old lady, but I really do hope you try it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Click that little button down there for new videos every Thursday. Bye-bye.